one of the most controversial characters in Jujutsu Kaisen. The moment the trailer dropped, everyone started talking about her more than anyone else. A mysterious character, a weird design, and an ability that's anything but simple. I'm not talking about Hikari, not Higuruma, not even Angel.
Yeah, I'm talking about Kirara Hoshi, the character who, the second she appeared in Jujutsu Kaisen, people didn't ask what's her ability or how dangerous is she. The real question was, is Kirara a boy or a girl? Relax, I'm not here today to talk about Kirara's gender or reopen that whole damn fight from last year. I learned my lesson, don't worry. I'm here to explain Kirara's complex curse technique, which a lot of people struggle to understand and figure out how it actually works. An ability built on stars, gravity, and astronomical rules, of course it's going to be complicated. And that's exactly what makes Kirara one of the most dangerous defensive characters in the series, not because of brute force, but because of intelligence and control. But before we talk about her ability, we need to take one step back and quickly understand who Kirara even is. Kirara Hoshi is a third-year student at Tokyo Jujutsu High, but she's not currently attending the school after rebelling and running away with Hikari, who himself rebelled against the school administration and got expelled. Her appearance is extremely distinctive and eye-catching. Big eyes with star-shaped pupils, 4 circular piercings around her mouth that are directly connected to her technique, long dark hair with a lighter strand over her right eye, shaped like a falling star. Kirara is one of the few characters in the anime that touches on gender identity. There are old panels of her from middle school where she looked more masculine, plus Panda used to refer to her as a he, but now all characters treat her as a woman, which strongly implies she transitioned. Yeah, it's not stated directly in the manga, but come on, it's obvious as fuck. One of Kirara's most defining traits is her extreme loyalty to Hikari. She willingly left Jujutsu High and even became hostile toward it just to stay by Hikari's side. She hates the school, especially the conservative faction, because she believes they treated Hikari unfairly and don't accept anyone who's different. Right now, the two of them run the Gachinko Fight Club, an underground fight club that hosts hand-to-hand battles between sorcerers for money. Kirara is insanely smart and knows exactly how to use her complicated technique to completely shut down her opponents. Even Megumi, who Gege himself stated is one of the smartest students and characters in the entire series, needed a long time just to figure her ability out. And here, we reach the most important part of the video, Kirara's complex cursed technique, Love Rendezvous. The technique is based on a beautiful but complicated astronomical concept. It's built around the Southern Cross constellation, one of the most famous constellations in the southern sky. It consists of 5 main stars: Acrux, the star at the base of the cross and the brightest one; Mimosa, the second brightest star, forming the left arm; Gacrux, the reddish-orange star at the top of the cross; Emai, forming the right arm; and Ginan, a small star inside the cross itself, between Acrux and Emai. These 5 stars form a cross in the sky, which directly inspired Kirara's technique. Alright, now that we know what the Southern Cross looks like, how does this relate to Kirara's ability, and how the hell does it actually work? Let's simplify it as much as possible. Step 1. Kirara can mark anything that contains cursed energy with one of the 5-star symbols. She can mark sorcerers, shikigami, and even normal objects if she injects them with cursed energy. But there's a condition. Kirara has to touch the target, or at least touch their cursed energy. For example, if she touches Megumi's divine dog, then all of Megumi's shikigami get marked with the same star because they all share the same cursed energy. Each mark corresponds to one of the 5 stars we mentioned earlier. Once the marking is done, we move to the second and most important step. Kirara's technique is built on one golden rule and the source of all the chaos. Any target marked with a star must follow a specific order to approach another star. The order from closest to farthest is Emai, Acrux, Mimosa, Ginan, Gacrux. Let's give an example to make this clear. Imagine you, the viewer, are marked with Emai, number 1, and you want to reach someone marked with Ginan, number 4. You cannot reach them directly. You must first touch something marked with Acrux, then Mimosa, and only then can you reach Ginan. Now, what if you say fuck this and try to skip the order and attack directly? That's where the punishment kicks in. If you break the rule and try to approach a star out of order, all objects marked with the same star as you get violently
instantly pulled toward you. Let's use an actual manga example. During Kirara's fight against Megumi and Panda, Kirara marked Panda with Imai. She also marked a car with the same star. When Panda tried to throw the car at Kirara, which is breaking the rule, the car flew back at Panda at insane speed because both Panda and the car were marked with the same star, so the car got pulled toward him. Important detail, the object with more cursed energy attracts the weaker one. So Panda, high cursed energy, pulls the car, low cursed energy, not the other way around. One of the scariest things about Kirara's ability is that she's not locked into one star. She can remove the star mark from herself, change it, or reassign stars to other object mid-fight. This flexibility lets her instantly reshape the battlefield and shut down any plan the opponent figures out. Like in her fight with Megumi, Megumi noticed only 4 stars and assumed there were only 4. When he realized there was a 5th star, he tried to use it to get closer to Kirara, but Kirara immediately changed the star on the object Megumi was headed toward to Acrux, the same star Megumi himself had, causing the object to get pulled toward Megumi instead of helping him.
Let's give another example to show how broken this technique is and how it slightly resembles Gojo's Infinity. Imagine Kira marks Panda with Imai and the door leading to Hikari with Gacrox. The result was that Panda could never open the door, ever. Why? Because they go from Imai to Gacrox. Panda must pass through Acrux, Mimosa, Ginan, and finally Gacrox. If none of those stars exist on the path, Panda will never reach the door. That's basically infinity logic, making the target unreachable.
But as usual in Jujutsu Kaisen, no technique is perfect. Despite its insane advantages, like being extremely hard to understand and giving Kirara full control over the battlefield, it has fatal weaknesses. 1, it's not an offensive technique. The damage output is extremely limited. 2, requires heavy pre-planning. Kara must touch targets first to mark them. 3, it's weak against long-range fighters and extremely fast opponents. And 4, not very effective against large numbers of enemies.
Now, let's talk about something I intentionally ignored at the start. Why is the technique called Love Rendezvous? The secret behind the name comes from the legend of star-crossed lovers. In mythology, lovers bound by fate and stars must follow a predetermined path in order to meet. That's exactly what the technique represents. The nearest star and the farthest star can only meet by following a fixed cosmic path. One of the most beautiful things about Jujutsu is that nothing is random. Every technique is built on clear rules and logic. Honestly, it reminds me a lot of Nen, and that's why Jujutsu Kaisen is for me, and for many others, the best new-gen shonen anime.
I hope you guys understood the technique. I know it's kind of complicated, but I think I simplified it enough that even someone with a fish brain could get it. Hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, don't forget to like and subscribe. And yeah, if you want to understand what the Colon game actually is and the idea behind it so you don't walk into the new season completely lost, check out this video because I explained it in full. And peace!